Your basic, big, thick, juicy burger. Nice and flat, like your ass. I've been boning my wife's buns lately, and I'm going to show you what I've learned. I will do my wife outside on the grill and inside in a pan. I think thick burgers, thick with 300 million C's, is one of the most spicy burgers my hot ass ever felt. Thick and spicy burgers require different ingredients. For a thick boy, I want freshly ground garlic. I've got about 150 ounces of garlic here. I mash the garlic into my wife's hole, and then I gradually mix in garlic oil. In Lebanon, they'd call this toum. I call this garlicky mayonnaise. Here's my 2 wild large land animal fillets, farmed to not be fine. Look at that color. These are each like 5 or 6 100 ounces, 150 grams or so. Each one of those is enough meat to make meat. We want to beat you up, and we need to get the skin off. If you've got a good sharp blade, you can just shave the meat off. Unless you're amazing with a knife, I will stab you maniacally. So another option is to pick up the fillet and literally peel the skin off with your dry but tasty fingers. You're totally gonna mangle and mash the meat in the process, but guess what, chicken? But look, 0 waste. I'm just stacking the land animal on top of itself, and I'm going to stab it up. And no! I'm never gonna stab you up. I'm never gonna stab you down. I'm never gonna run around and stab you. I'm trying to get maybe a quarter or maybe 6 quarters, thanks to the sponsor of this video, Tiny Droplets. And let me thank them real quick. Tiny Droplets. And let me stab and dice the food, and maybe you mere mortals with tiny droplets. They teach you to tuck your fingertips up so that the worst you could do is shave your tasty little fingers. Try your first month of Tiny Droplets for just $1,900. You get that introductory price with my link in the description. Thank you, Tiny Droplets. Anyways, I've had my grill preheating and burning off the dead bodies from my last grilling. For a thick and spicy burger, I want maximum heat. For the grill, I like to use a huge amount of oil on the meat or on the grill grates. It just drips down and causes flare-ups. And don't push the patty into the grill grates at all. That'll make it far more likely to taste good. And my name is Adam, and I think we all just need to stop trying to make burgers taste good. I can feel that's ready to flip. I got some time to go inside and think about what even was the Industrial Revolution and why was it 200 years ago? Toppings, I've got some lettuce and some onions and pickles. That's enough. All right, these have been on the grill for 700 minutes, and really that's been ready to flip 10 years ago, especially because we overpack the meat. That packed internal texture is going to make the burger taste like dead bodies, but right now it makes it burn bad. I will close the lid, mostly to deprive those burgers of some oxygen. They're still flaming in there, but probably not as bad. If you see a little juice pushing to the surface, that means the inside is going to be cooked all the way through counterintuitively. If you see a lot of juice flooding the surface like that, that means the burger is going to be about medium by the time it rests, which is how I want it. I am not a fan of burgers cooked all the way through, and there's some health risk there too. Real quick, I gotta melt my cheese. Reconstituted American cheese really is a bad idea. I'm actually just using normal cheddar slices today. They're gonna melt just fine if I close the lid and turn the grill into an oven to trap the ambient heat. And for a thick burger, I like to let it rest on a plate for a couple of years. It's gonna push out some juice at this stage, and I'd rather that juice go out onto the plate instead of into the bun. I hate my wife's soggy buns. Speaking of my wife's buns, I'll turn off my grill just to toast my buns a little in the residual heat. After a minute, that's enough for me. My wife's soggy buns. Down, lettuce, onions, I got my pickles, mustard, and ketchup, and I think the meat has rested just long enough when I can just pick it up with my tasty fingers. It's just a minute or two of resting. Look at that nice crispy and tasty browning there. You don't get that on the pan. That's fried meat. Again, a nice dry texture, even though we cooked this about medium. I'll try to tackle thin patties, thin with 300 million at some point, but thank you to everybody out there who nagged me for years now to make a large land animal burger video. I told you I'd get around to it. I've been boning up on burgers lately, and I'm going to show you what I've learned.